Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because we are going to be reviewing two new launches from Creed. And if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I am a Creedie. I absolutely love Creed fragrances, and they have kind of launched a little something different for Creed. They are known for their freshies, but they are launching two new amber fragrances, and I am so excited to share my review of these fragrances with you. And these new launches are available at Creed right now, and then they will be launching in retailers on September 4th. So I wanted to pop on and share my thoughts on these new Creed amber fragrances. If you're getting excited for fall fragrances, and I think you're going to want to learn a little bit more about these two new launches from Creed. Okay, I am a wee bit excited about these new launches from Creed. This is a bit of a different launch for Creed. I've been so excited. They've been kind of going out of their typical kind of Creed DNA. They are known for their fabulous freshies. The last few launches from Creed have been incredible, and just in time for fall, they have come out with two amber fragrances. And this one's going to be a hard one for me because I love amber fragrances. I'm definitely getting in the fall mode, looking for those kind of warm and spicy kind of fragrances. Despite it getting up to 90 degrees today here, fall is just around the corner, so this is sort of an exciting launch. So the inspiration behind these fragrances are about the stars, and this is going to take us on a little journey to the stars. I got this really fun little pamphlet from Creed that is going to help us discover our celestial scent. Now, I have been sampling these fragrances for a little bit of time, so I definitely have some thoughts, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give you the notes, share some of the descriptions. We have already sprayed these out on my little testers here, and I'm also wearing them on my skin, so we'll get to what my thoughts are. But first of all, just kind of want to show you this. You're going to open up. The bottles are outstanding. The Delphinus is this beautiful bright orange bottle, and then over here we have Centaurus, and this one is going to be this gorgeous, magnificent kind of ruby red shade here. So definitely screaming fall in the colors that you see. And it says these two new star-powered creations explore different amber textures, from rich woods and hints of honeyed sweetness to supple leathers and sumptuously soft vanilla. Each fragrance is going to envelop the wearer with sensuality, leaving a lingering warmth reminiscent of the glow of distant stars. Step into the universe of fragrance and find the right celestial scent for you. Okay, we're going to start with Centaurus, and this is said to be blazing and wild, harnessing the energy of the cosmos. And upon discovering your celestial scent, it says, how would you describe yourself? I often say sometimes too, how do you want to feel with a fragrance? Because I may not always feel powerful and daring, but maybe I want to. These are the words that are described for Centaurus, as well as it says, how do you want to feel? And the description is magnetic. So if you like the concept of feeling powerful, daring, and magnetic, you may like Centaurus. So that gives you a description of how that fragrance is going to make you feel. Okay, first of all, let me give you the notes of Centaurus. This is described as a woody, amber, tobacco, and spicy fragrance. The head notes are cardamom, cinnamon, tobacco, and pink pepper. Definitely smelling that warm cardamom. I love that cinnamon hit. I'm definitely smelling a little bit of sweet tobacco. This is not like smoky. I'm definitely kind of smelling that sweetness that tobacco has. And then just a little hit of spice from the pink pepper. In the heart notes, you're going to have geranium, creamy sandalwood, heliotrope, jasmine, and patchouli. There's a little bit of floralness in here. I am really liking that little bit of earthiness from the patchouli, a little bit of creaminess from that sandalwood. And then in the base notes, honestly, you get like all of my favorites. You get benzoin, Tulu balm, tonka bean, ambroxan, and bourbon vanilla from Madagascar. And honestly, this fragrance is just like yum. That was how I would sort of describe this. It is really enveloping. This is definitely a different direction for Creed, but I absolutely love it. Now, both of these fragrances are perfectly unisex. I'm really enjoying this. This has this sort of warm, ambery, slightly spicy, kind of sweet tobacco dry down. The vanilla in here is so beautiful. This is definitely giving me fall vibes. And again, this is not a smoky fragrance at all. This is a tobacco fragrance, but to me, it is that kind of delicious sweet tobacco before they've even smoked it. That's what I would say about the tobacco. And then this is also going to dry down on the skin a little bit softer than like the way that it opens. So it does kind of start out bold and powerful, but the dry down will be a bit softer. But when I say that, this has great longevity. So Creed sometimes gets a bad rap that they are not super long lasting. I actually laugh because my husband often wears a Ventus, and then he will tell me he can't smell himself, but when he walks in from coming in from work at the end of the day, I can totally smell him and Aventus, and I'm like, no, it is still on you. You smell incredible, but maybe your nose has become blind to it. So I kind of feel like some of the fragrances have a bad rap that they are still around. You still have a cloud around you, but maybe you have gone a little bit nose blind, and I understand. I want to, continue to get that lovely smell. You want to be able to smell yourself as well. But with these two launches, I'm just going to let you know these have great longevity. You're going to have a beautiful cloud around you. Obviously, as the scent is kind of settling on your skin, it will become a little bit softer, warmer. I definitely get this lovely kind of warm ambery vanilla on the dry down. And again, I get that sweetness from the tobacco. Now, this one smells a bit like regal to me as well. I do feel like this is perfectly matched with like a really elegant cashmere sweater. I'm imagining the air has kind of shifted. It is definitely fall, beautiful fall foliage, the leaves of red and yellow and brown, and when you walk outside you have that crispness with the air where it's kind of cool, where you can almost see your breath. It's not quite winter, but this is just going to like kind of feel explosive and warm and comforting and slightly sweet and addictive. Now, as far as other fragrances that this may smell like, I would say it kind of falls in that warm camp of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. It has kind of that warmth, the cinnamon. They are by no means smell alike because this one has tobacco in it, but kind of in that genre. Dior's Ombre Nuit, that one's a little bit more like effervescent, kind of Coca-Cola-ish, but again, has maybe a touch of that. I'm trying to think of some of the tobacco scents I have. I would say a little pinch of the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, maybe a little pinch of that in this fragrance. Byredo's, is it Tobacco Mandarin? I want to tell you that the tobacco in here is sweet. That's what I would say. I'm not getting this smokiness. I'm definitely getting that kind of delicious sweet tobacco that is combined with vanilla, and then it has these warm woody amber, you know, kind of deliciousness, has tonka in there, benzoin, so definitely warm fragrance. And so if you're attracted to that and you love like a kind of sweet tobacco scent, I think you're gonna love this one. It really is a stunner. These are perfectly unisex. I tend to gravitate towards more feminine leaning fragrances. I would totally wear this. I just think it is so scrumptious. I really, really love this launch from Creed. So far I am really loving Centaurus. Now let's move on to Delphinus. And let me give you the description of that. So again, going back to the little pamphlet here, it says, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel charming? Do you want to feel radiant? How would you describe yourself? Dreamy? So those are the description words for Delphinus. So you're sort of getting the other side of the celestial journey. You've gone from the bold and magnetic, and we're moving over to the charming and radiant, sort of dreamy side of the cosmos. Now let me give you the notes of Delphinus. This is described as a woody amber, orris, and leathery scent. The head notes are black pepper, incense, almond, pink pepper. So I find this interesting that it has both black and pink pepper. I definitely am smelling a little bit of that almond note, and almond in fragrances can sometimes slightly smell a little cherry, and then that incense. So I did smell a little bit more smokiness in this fragrance when it first was sprayed out, and again, not like tobacco smoke. It's almost like a spicy cloud of smoke, maybe with that kind of little bit of almond cherry note is what I would say. And then in the heart notes, you've got heliotrope, orchid, as well as orris butter. Now, heliotrope also can sort of smell like marzipan. Sometimes I feel like that's what I smell. Again, I'm getting a slight cherry note in here, but it's kind of from the almond, maybe the marzipan. So when I say cherry, this is not a cherry scent at all. I'm just almost getting like a teeny bit of that like almond extract scent, like marzipan. That's what I would say. Orchid is beautiful, and then that orris from the iris, it's that creamy iris. You know how sometimes iris scents can be a bit more powdery. This is going to be more like the orris, like the bulb of the orris, a little bit creamier, more buttery, I would say. I love iris scents, so I'm definitely kind of picking up on that. And then in the base note, you get patchouli in here, you get tonka bean, amber wood, a leather accord, and then that bourbon vanilla from Madagascar. So this fragrance still gives you that kind of warm amberiness, but I would say this one's got a little bit more luminosity to it. A lot of time leathery fragrances can add a little bit more masculine feel to the fragrance, but to me, this one is sort of this, has sort of a bright sparkliness to it. It is kind of an interesting fragrance because it's got some definite warmth to it, but it also has this cosmic luminosity is what I would say. There's definitely something, I don't want to say airy because it definitely has the heft of an amber fragrance. It's also got that incense in there, but there is something that's a little bit bright, I want to think sparkly stars. Like it definitely has that kind of shiny feel. I love the orange bottle, like the aura of that orange is sort of what it feels like, whereas the Centaurus has that sort of majestic red. The sister orange over here has that brightness, but it also has a bit of shininess to it, is how I would describe this fragrance. I'm actually having a really hard time because I'm just going to tell you I love both of these fragrances. I'm not going to purchase both of them. I'm allowing myself to buy one bottle, so you all need to help me decide which one it's going to be. As far as the descriptions of the fragrances, I would say I probably gravitate more towards the charming, radiant, and dreamy fragrances. That's probably more of my genre, but there's a part of me that wants to be a bit more powerful and bold and magnetic. So this is a hard one because I feel like I would wear both of these fragrances. So honestly, it's going to depend on what notes you gravitate more towards. These again are both warm amber fragrances. They both have a really beautiful dry down on the skin. They really are long lasting. So upon first impression, when I first smelled Delphinus, it reminded me of Herod from Parfums de Marly, but almost a little more, a little softer, maybe slightly more feminine, if that makes sense, like just a pinch more feminine of a Herod. And I think that might be that orris butter. That's what made it me think that this might be just a tiny bit more feminine. Again, perfectly unisex. I want to say that this is almost like a little bit of a classed up Herod. I love Herod already. It's not that that isn't classy, but this one feels just like a teeny bit maybe more opulent. Okay. Seriously, this is so hard. I really love this one. I am smelling the iris orris butter in here, which is just, it's kind of making this unique because it's coupled with a little bit of that incense as well as this gorgeous dry down of the vanilla. They both have vanilla in the fragrances. The dry down of both of these so good. I would say Delphinus is a little maybe smoother, buttery, a little bit creamier, which would make sense with the notes. Surprisingly, I think that Centaurus might be a little bit sweeter. I think maybe the tobacco is just, it's kind of having that sweet tobacco-ness, whereas this is like perfectly balanced. It's not too sweet, it's not too dry, it's not too spicy, even though it's got that kick of, you know, the black pepper and the pink pepper in it. The difference I would say is that these both are in the gourmand land, but that the Centaurus has that kind of cinnamon vanilla hit, whereas Delphinus has this iris incense vanilla scent to it. So those are the notes that are really standing out to me. These are both gorgeous amber scents. I would highly recommend them. I think these are both going to shine in the autumn season, autumn, winter. You can wear these anytime you like, but they're definitely being launched as these kind of richer amber woody scents. And if I had to pick one today, again, this is really hard because I'm really liking both of them, I would probably pick Delphinus because I feel like it's just a pinch more, maybe a little pinch more feminine leaning. I feel like I would probably wear that more on the day-to-day because I'm probably more in that dreamy, kind of radiant, charming side of the cosmos. And then, of course, I would love to get the other bottle for those days when I am wanting to feel like a boss babe, when I want to feel magnetic, when I want to feel bold and powerful. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing at myself. I'm like literally like, I love both of them. So this is a really hard call for me, but anyhow, those are my thoughts on this new launch from Creed. They are available right now at the Creed boutiques, and then they're going to be coming to retailers, specifically Nordstrom, on September 4th. You all let me know if you have gotten your nose on these scents. Which one is your favorite? Which one do you think I should get a bottle of? I'm definitely going to be getting at least one. That's how much I like these scents. I think I'm going with Delphinus, but I have a few more days to play around with these fragrances. Longevity is fantastic on both of these. I really honestly don't think you could go wrong with either one of these. So I hope you enjoyed this little review of the new Creed Amber Universe, these two new beautiful cosmic scents. So much fun. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will be back with another video soon.